what did we leave off on last week?
I had like 80 something. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Left off of the.
What were we dealing with when we left, before we left? Were we all dealing with anything in particular?
That was the four steps to learning.
All right, so do not look down. What are the 4 steps to learning?
4 steps to learning are information, knowledge, wisdom, and then understanding.
So that means that you have to start out getting what?
Information.
And then the information should, if you work, should become what?
Knowledge.
And if you use the knowledge in a good way, that becomes what?
Wisdom.
If you use the knowledge in an evil way, that becomes what? Evil is the word. Come to the board, Miss Kennedy. And here's what I need everyone to learn. You're going to start out. Then I need you to make sure that James and Zaire know. And Cairo, you got to learn what she's going to pick up, what you all going to pick up together. All right. Now, write the word evil. Okay, and step back. Now, what do you do, James, to make that into the word devil? All right, put a D, but since you're doing that, since you're putting a D at the front, what I want you to do is put a mark, an accent mark, that slants at the D, which would give us an understanding that the way you're writing it is actually coming from the front. No, it's the wrong side, I think. Where's Carolyn? Isn't that the wrong side? If she puts that to the left of the D, we're going to have a problem. She put it to the right, but the slant is incorrect. The slant should go to the right, darling. After the D.
That looks like an apostrophe.
Yes. All right, now put your slant above the right hand side of the D. Yeah, bring it down. There you go. Right, there you go.
They call it a forward slash on it. In legalese, digitees or whatever.
So now what that tells you that it's a French word and is actually pronounced Duvel. By the time Snuffy got hold of it and then started talking to you about it, he had you calling it what? And you actually thought this was a name from somebody called who? Didn't you think that was the name of somebody?
Yeah.
Satan and Lucifer.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, that means they're all the same person.
Thought it was.
Oh yeah.
You've been thinking that all your life that it's all the same person. Tell me the truth.
for a portion.
No kidding. You've been thinking that it's the same person. Well, those are 3 different people.
Lucifer, Satan.
Shaitan, depending on what language you speak will determine the way that the pronunciation is going to come out. But in English, we just call it Satan.
You know what I found really odd was when I looked up Satan and did some work on it. It didn't mean what I it let it been believed. It was like put in the way. To agitate, what's the word that is used in there?
Well, one thing about it.
Placed in your path.
Okay, so they had us thinking some old nonsense, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you got who you got? You got devil up there, Lucifer. What did you put there, darling? Lucy?
Yes, sir.
Why did you put Lucy? I'm curious.
Because.
Was Lucy a devil?
No, sir.
What was she? Lucille Ball, what was she? She was Lucy, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so why did they call her Lucy? In other words, when you name a person Lucy, what are you saying about them?
They will be in the light.
They will be in what light?
They were somewhat intelligent.
They're somewhat intelligent. Okay, well, is Lucifer somewhat intelligent? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, how come all your life you thought Lucifer was someone that you were scared of? Wasn't you supposed to be afraid of Lucifer?
Oh man,
Yes,
yeah.
sir, that's what I'm told.
But the first part of the word is what? Loose.
Yes, sir.
And the last part of the word is what?
Cipher.
The last part of the word is fire.
Fire.
Mm-hmm. So now we knew that, right? We didn't know that? Well, then why were we afraid of Lucifer?
Oh, Lucifer.
Go ahead, I'm listening. You about to tell us something. You were about to tell us something.
How did you pick up on that?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I hear y'all thinking.
Well, stories about burning in a lake of fire where this dude kind of hangs out is kind of creepy.
It is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why do you think people would tell their children nonsense like that?
If it's anything like I would want to use it, then it's to control someone's behavior.
So you would actually use that to control your child's behavior?
Didn't say that.
Well, no, I'm asking you a question. What are you saying?
I said if you asked me a question, why would someone say that? I said
Okay.
if it would be to do what I would want to do
You would
with
use
someone's behavior.
You would try to use it to try to control your child's behavior.
Because you chimps get out of control.
Okay, no problem. But now they used the story to control your behavior. Did it work?
At some point in my life, I think it has and probably still does.
So you mean to tell me that when you were growing up, you were kind of afraid of the story that had been programmed into you?
Yeah.
You can actually see that now.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any conversations with people that may have been putting that into your brain? Have you ever suggested that y'all needed to talk about it?
Last week.
Well, I don't want to get in your personal business, but I'm kind of curious. Tell me about the conversation.
Well, the last 2 months I've had a lot of time to myself and to try to just do some reading and research. And my dad extended to me a history of hell in particular. And I can't.
Now, which hell is that?
Well, I'm going to tell you in a minute. I need the pronunciation from him though. I don't get it right.
Which hell?
Gehenna?
Gehenna.
Okay, so which hell is Gehenna?
Well, that would be a Hebrew's hell, I guess.
Okay, good. Now I know there was one hell that came from old Aramaic, old Hebrew, what became Hebrew. There was another hell that came out of India. There was another hell that came out of Persia. There were all kinds of hells that got corrupted into what a group of people, a group of Europeans later would create, that they would infect a group of people that they were creating a hell for, and they would have this group of people afraid of the hell that was a mystery for them, and they threatened them with that if they didn't behave, they would go to that hell.
They're already in hell.
Yeah.
That they created for them.
Yeah.
But boy, if you don't do what we want you to do,
Then
you're going to a special hell.
That now the devil is in control of.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but now in French, I need you children to tell me what part of that word represents thee in French.